I just watched episode 1 and it is so good. I already love Yuri. She is sporty, kind, funny, and loves food. So today in this episode, we are going to talk about Yuri's character. And if we have time, I will talk about her transformation, attack, and some possible episodes about her too. So let's start. When we first see Yui for the first time, she is playing soccer for the soccer team and actually scores, so she is actually good at sports. And furthermore, she is quite memeable and funny too. Just look at his face when Rosemary didn't tell her why he knew that many things about Recipe P. She was like, how stinky. And look at this face when Yuri's childhood friend says that Yuri is gluttonous. Yuri is like, who cares if I'm gluttonous? I'm always gluttonous. Even though she may not make that many memeable faces like Manasu aka Kiwa Summer, I still find her faces funny. And I think she can actually brighten our days by making these memeable faces. Yuri definitely loves food. When she finished playing soccer, she ate like 5 to 6 white balls. I mean, I love white balls too, but I seriously can't eat that many of them. And when her childhood friend was going to have omurice and Yuri knew that she could join him, she was so excited to eat omurice that she jumped up and down because of that. And that's some reasons why she loves rice balls so much. When she was little and quiet, her grandma gave her a rice ball and she smiled after she ate the rice ball. And just look how adorable little Yuri is. Of course, Yuri is still cute when she grows up. And I love Yuri's face so much when she had the rice balls. She is like having an amazing time eating those rice balls, and those rice balls look so yummy. And I really want to eat those rice balls after I see Yuri's face. And I think the official really makes Yuri's face look cute, and this is so lovely. She loves food and is cute and most importantly very kind. When the cart with a baby inside was sliding down the slope, Yuri ran to grab the cart to avoid hitting Ren and harming the baby. And when Ren fell, Yuri grabbed her to lift her up and asked if she was fine. And she's so kind and not selfish at all. When Kumkum was hungry, Yuri gave her rice balls that she loves to Kumkum. And when she saw Rosemary fainted because he was so hungry, she literally lifted him up and took him to her restaurant to make him feel better. And last but not least, when the recipe was captured, Yuri told Rosemary that they needed to save it no matter what. She's so kind and definitely deserves to be a killer, so the watch appeared on her wrist and Yuri transformed into Killer Precious. I think episode 1 is a great introduction of Yuri. I just don't love how the introduction of Yuri looks like the introduction of Hibiki from Street Precure, because in Street Precure, Hibiki also played soccer and scored for the soccer team and ate food afterwards in episode 1. And I wish Yuri plays other sports like basketball or volleyball instead of football because it is too similar to Hibiki. And I wish the introduction is more different from Hibiki's. But other than that, her character introduction is awesome. And I really thought that we would see Yuri eating her vegetables and her interaction with her grandma in episode 1, but no. Instead, we just see her grandma appearing in Yuri's memory. But other than that, let's talk about Yuri's transformation and attack. Even though this transformation is not my favorite, I actually find this transformation cute. First, I find the background music great, and second of all, I love when Yui says party go. The 4 tiles went up with Yui. Like, the background also changes when Yui touches Konko's forehead, and it is quite cool, and the background looks better. This virtual rice ball is actually my favorite from the transformation. I love that there's a virtual rice ball and she can actually eat it, and when she finishes, she feels gratified and her hair becomes long. And I actually love how she interacts with Kong. When Kong bounces Yui's head, the hairdress appears, and when Yui has Kong, the heart appears. And I love when Kira Precious sticks her tongue out after she finishes transforming, and she looks mischievous and cool. And her catchphrase is the power swelling up from popping hot rice, and she shows her muscle like that. It really matches the catchphrase, and it really shows that Kira Precious is actually as powerful as the power swelling up from piping hot rice. However, there are some reasons why this transformation is not my favorite. First, the part where Kong turns into her rice ball form is not obvious. Oh, come on! That is what I love the most about Kong. And it is similar to how those fairies in Healing Good Precure turn into the transformation tool, but in Delicious Party Precure, it is less obvious to know that Kong actually turns. And I think there is a part that is not really that necessary. For example, this part where Yui presses Kong and says "Licky our hearts, sharing energy." I don't really love this part. First, the sentence is interrupted by Kong and it sounds very weird. And second of all, this sentence is not food related, and I think it might be better if you skip that part. And after Kira Precious says her catchphrase, there's actually this part right here, saying "I'll fill you up with delicious smiles." Yeah, that's it. The line is great, but I don't love the pose because it looks bland and boring. And I think the background can be the scene of where they are actually at, instead of the background of her transformation. And just a little bit of my opinion, for me, I think the background is beautiful, but I just wish it was a little bit food related. But the background is great though. I guess the attack is fine. I think this attack is nothing special, and I hope it was something food related. I love how Kira Precious says thank you for the food. She's so cute, and look at the explosion, there's a heart there. It's so detailed. And I love how the monster is putting its palm together like Kira Precious does. It reminds me of the attack of Sweet Precure where the Kira say finale. And I really love when Sweet Precure says finale, and I also love when Kira Precious says thank you for the food. But I love this 500 calories punch. I love when they punch their enemies. It's so satisfying. Like, I love lovely punching punch because the punch is so satisfying. It is so cool. And of course, the name of the 500 calorie punch is finally food related. I think there's some possible episodes about her. One, I think there's more episodes about precious memories about her and her grandma. And of course a full episode about that because her grandma seems like an important character in this show. And also there might be an episode about Yuri and her childhood friend, because her childhood friend is also an important character in this show. They remind me of Megami and Shiji, and I love Megami and Shiji, so I am excited to see how Yuri and her childhood friend will go. And I also want to know why Yuri cried back then. That would be quite intriguing. And also, Yuri can have an episode about taking care of a child because she's so kind. And maybe that child does not like vegetables, and Yuri need to make her love vegetables somehow. And I think it can be helping her mother to cook, maybe? Or maybe a decision whether she joins the soccer club or not, because that girl says that they want Yuri to join them, and that means Yuri is not in the soccer club. So, about her joining the soccer club can be a possible episode. Overall, I love this episode about Yuri. She loves rice balls like I do, and she is so cute. And I think she will be my favorite painkiller if she remains that interesting and funny and cute. And I'm so excited to see how she will develop. And this is the end of my episode, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have an amazing day. Goodbye.